But let's go back now to Tenerife, because Katie Davis is here, who is, of course, Senior Foreign News Reporter of The Sun. Katie, very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Help find our Jay, it says on page 19 of The Sun this morning. Missing teenager Jay Slater's mum said she has not given up hope of finding him alive, despite police saying it is likely that he's actually dead.
Yeah, so police sources said yesterday, so we're entering the 12th day today of the search,
Right.
that if he has disappeared in the mountains, unfortunately at this point it is unlikely that they'll find him alive.
Right.
But there are other theories that maybe someone took him in, like a local took him in because they saw him, or there are other theories that you have to take with a pinch of salt that he might have been kidnapped.
Right.
But yes, unfortunately police do think at this stage, if he is in the mountains, he is likely not alive.
Because it's a pretty arid sort of desert-like sort of landscape, isn't it? There's not much there.
Yes, that's right. And a lot of people do go missing in Tenerife every year, and locals have spoken out and said that often when people do go missing, it can take months to find them because the landscape is so vast.
Right. And so have people gone missing in the past and then been found alive then?
I think so, yes.
Right.
But I mean, there's quite a lot. So in the last 6 months, I think about 11 people have gone missing in Tenerife who are still missing. And there's cases from over the decades where Brits have gone missing. There's a couple from the 80s who have never been found.
Right, interesting. And last time you were here, we were talking about Jay's mother who'd gone out there. An amount of money's been raised for the sort of help to look for him, £36,000 in a GoFundMe account. She's asking for permission to use some of it, right?
Yes, that's right, Mike. So actually this morning, the GoFundMe page hit £40,000.
Wow, so people are still donating?
Yes, they are. Some people are donating quite considerable amounts. Some people like £600, others lower amounts. But yes, it hit £40,000 this morning, and his mum Debbie said yesterday she was working with GoFundMe to try and withdraw some of that money as she'd like to use it for 3 different reasons. 1, to support the rescue teams working to find Jay. 2, to fly out other people to Tenerife, so supporters, loved ones, that kind of thing. And 3rd, for their accommodation and food, as they need to extend their stay out there.
And what's been the reaction to that? Do people sort of think, well, it's not really for you to spend that money? But I mean, I suppose it kind of is, isn't it?
Yes, it was set up by Jay's friend Lucy to help Jay's family. People did it to begin with. Internet trolls, as they do, questioned what is the money used for, but as Jay's mum said, that is what she's going to use it for. Okay.
And she's also calling in some sort of sleuths, amateur sleuths, TikTok sleuths. This is similar to the Nicola Bulley case, isn't it? Remember when a lot of people went to that part of Britain to sort of try and find out whether she could be found, and she was eventually found, you know, where everybody thought she was in the first place. But this is a strange phenomenon, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And we spoke to a search expert last week at The Sun, Charlie Hedges, who warned amateur sleuths against trying to join the search, as they can actually be more of an hindrance than a help. But yes, some TikTok sleuths, they have flown out to Tenerife, they've paid for the airfare themselves, they're filming videos. One in particular, Paul Arnott, he has about 153,000 followers on TikTok, and he shared, I think, about 66 videos at this point in the mountains trying to find Jay. But he claims that he's actually met the family yesterday as they wanted to meet him, and they support the work that he's doing. But I think we have to take it all with a bit of a pinch of salt with this sort of thing.
Well, that is the problem, isn't it? But it's very popular online, isn't it? There's a lot of people like seeing anything to do with this story about Jay Slater and the fact that he's gone missing on YouTube, on TikTok. You know, people are watching some of the stuff in their millions.
Yes, that's right. There's a lot of Facebook groups, a lot of TikTok videos, but unfortunately I think people, they didn't learn the lesson with Nicola Bulley or Kate Middleton, you know, peddling all these awful conspiracy theories when really they should just let the rescue teams and the police do their job and try and find Jay to bring him home to his family.
Right. And so, again, so as you say, day 12, it must be agonising and horrible for the family. Again, I think last time you talked about the mayor of some little town saying they spotted him watching the Euros. I presume that's been discounted now, has it?
I don't know if it's been discounted, but again, as I said, with this sort of thing, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. That was one comment from one mayor. We haven't heard any backups to that. We haven't seen any pictures.
Who might have just seen a sort of 19-year-old who looked a bit like him
exactly,
watching a football match,
yes, that's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I suppose it's just another waiting game then, isn't it? We're waiting to... Well, there's been no sort of official British involvement, has there? There's been no sort of police from here being asked to go out there.
No, so... police in the UK did offer their help to Tenerife cops, but they said no thanks. We have enough resources, that kind of thing. But no, they haven't got involved this side of the pond.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see how it all goes. Katie, thank you very much indeed.